What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. You guys already know what we do here, man. But if you're new here, man, we break down scary and creepy videos, man, on the net, from YouTube videos to IG Reels, Tik Toks, anything weird, usual, unexplained, you can find right here on this channel. I think I finally fixed the audio for you guys, so it should be booming, man, for you guys. And I think going forward, man, this is the best audio output. But tell me down below, man, if I gotta fix it again, man. Like I said, I do plan on getting a mic, so that's gonna eliminate a lot of problems. Let's check it out.
Photo shows 41-year-old Stephen Plattle marrying his 19-year-old daughter Katie, who was pregnant with his child. Katie had been previously given up for adoption after her mother Alyssa realized that Stephen was physically abusing their daughter. But in 2016, Katie, who's now 18 years old, wanted to reconnect with her biological parents and actually ends up moving in with them. But after some time, Alyssa realizes that her husband is acting very differently and is even starting to dress better. She decides to ignore this change in behavior until 2017, when Katie gets pregnant and the father is her father. Alyssa immediately divorces Stephen, and just 2 months later, he and Katie are set to get married and give birth to a baby boy. Both the parents attend the wedding and support the marriage until 2018, when Katie begins to see a different side of Stephen. But when she tries to end the relationship, Stephen suffocates their newborn baby and stuffs him inside of a closet. He then proceeds to shoot both Katie and her adoptive dad before turning the gun on himself.
This man lost.
Freaking relationship is freaking disgusting and doomed from the start, man. How could something like that even happen, bro? To have a freaking child with your own biological daughter, man, that's freaking disgusting, bro. Some chills down my damn spine, bro. I don't see how people could even fathom that, man. Need you guys thoughts down below in that case immediately.
His life after his pet hippo turned on him. Marius Els adopted 5-month-old baby Humphrey and took him to live in his 400-acre farm in South Africa. When Humphrey was a baby, everything was fine, but a lot of people warned Marius how dangerous Humphrey can become when he gets bigger. Marius ignored everyone and treated Humphrey like a pet. He would even ride on his back for fun and showed zero fear of this hippo. But it wasn't long until Humphrey got bigger and he eventually reached 1.2 tons and attacked Marius's nephew and almost killed him. But that's not all. In 2011, Humphrey attacked Marius in front of his family and took his life. This all happened when Marius called Humphrey to eat, and according to Marius's family, Humphrey's demeanor was different on this day, basically showing signs of aggression. Marius believed that his pet hippo would never betray him, so he ignored all these signs. When he continued to call Humphrey out of the water to eat, Humphrey suddenly stormed out and attacked Marius, biting into his body multiple times and then dragging him into the water. And this all happened in front of his family, the same people that warned Marius about Humphrey. What's crazy is that even though hippos look super sweet and cute compared to other wild animals, they actually kill more people each year than any other mammal on this planet. Just something to keep in mind.
That's freaking crazy. I never even freaking knew that, man. Like I said, you see that picture, that baby hippo looks so sweet and innocent, man. But the head that they actually take out a lot of people, man, out of like most of the mammals, bro. Freaking blew my mind, man. Like I said, when I watch these videos with you guys, bro, I always learn new stuff, man. That's why I like freaking watching these videos with you guys, man. They expand my knowledge, and hopefully it expands you guys' knowledge too, bro. Damn, but had it happen until this whole family just had to sit there and watch, bro, and it was giving warnings, man. And he didn't listen, bro. But at the same time, you gotta realize, bro, at the end of the day, they're still like animals, bro. So you can't treat them as a pet, bro. It never ends well.
Things that bother you, they never bother me. I hope your seatbelt is fastened because this is a gross case. Hi, my name is Ethan, and here's everything you need to know in under 1 minute. Fenman Yi was a 23-year-old girl who was a hostess at a nightclub, and she had been struggling with addiction. In early 1997, Fenman Yi met Chen Man-lok at the nightclub where she worked. It was later determined that Chen Man-lok had money to help Fenman Yi's addiction problems. One night, she took his wallet and stole $4,000 cash. As soon as he noticed his cash was gone, he enlisted 2 of his henchmen to take Fenman Yi. They successfully kidnapped her, and for a month they beat her, set her on fire, and forced her to eat her own feces. Unfortunately, she eventually succumbed to her wounds, and the 3 men were arrested and sentenced to life in prison. One crazy fact about this case is they even had a 14-year-old girl help participate in beating Fenman Yi up.
Mommy.
What the hell, bro? You got a freaking kid to get on that too, man. Goes to show you, bro, like I said, money is the root of all evil, bro. He was helping her with her addiction too, man. And he stole that freaking money, bro. She stole it, and that was the... I guess that was his breaking point, man. He just freaking snapped, bro. 4K, man. She had to go through all that freaking torture, bro. Gosh. I need you guys thoughts down below on that one.
He told me something a little girl should know. It's all about the devil.
This is the story of the eye drop murderer. I'm Dr. Sam, and this is Nuclear Unlocked. This week's story is about Lynn Hernan. She's a 61-year-old beautician from Wisconsin. She had 2 main groups of friends. One of them was Jessie Krzyzewski. She treated Jessie like a daughter. And because Lynn did have some medical issues, Jessie was also her caregiver. One day, Jessie made a phone call to 911, saying that she found Lynn with crushed medication on her chest, and Lynn was no longer breathing. Naturally, the detectives thought it was an overdose until the autopsy results came back. She was poisoned by tetrahydrozoline, which is commonly found in eye drops like these. Tetrahydrozoline is typically used for red eyes because it works to constrict blood vessels. But if they are accidentally consumed, it can cause profound sedation and very low blood pressure. And it turns out that Jessie eventually admitted to putting these eye drops into Lynn's water. Not just a few drops, but 6 entire bottles of the eye drop. This led to the fatal poisoning and death of Lynn Hernan. So don't do this for a prank. And it is important to know that eye drops typically contain a higher concentration of medication to increase the absorption in the eye. And if you ever feel the bitterness in your throat when you use eye drops, that is because the large majority of eye drops drain through your teeth into the back of your throat. That is why you should always just use 1 drop of medicated eye drops. And to minimize the side effects of eye drops, you should press and hold here for about 3 minutes after using the eye drops. Thankfully, justice was served to someone who chose greed over friendship. Now you know.
Did she do that for money too, man? Makes it worse, bro. She was her freaking caregiver, bro, because she said that she has some medical problems, man. But to freaking put eye drops in the freaking water, man, like I said, she probably couldn't even freaking pick up on it until it was too late. Ooh. Man, these people, bro, when they be coming, they having these freaking devious thoughts, man, and they be freaking forming their plans of how to do it, bro. I don't know how they be freaking thinking about that stuff, bro. That's freaking crazy. I've used eye drops before, man. That has happened to me a couple times in my throat, so just expand my knowledge base once again, bro. You guys know what to do.
Horror movie facts that will haunt your nightmares. Coraline. The soundtrack in the movie is a French children choir singing. Surprisingly, they aren't actually singing in French. They're singing in a completely made-up language. If you look on the wall of the dining room in the other mother's home, you'll see 3 portraits of silhouettes. These likely represent the 3 ghost children that appear later in the film. In the normal world, the boy is sad and has dropped his ice cream. But in the other world, he's happy and his ice cream is perfect. Mr. Babinski's blue skin may appear to be a design choice, but the badge he wears pinned to his shirt has a dark meaning. It was actually a real medal given to those who helped clean up the site of the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster. So if Babinski helped with the cleanup, His skin could be blue due to the radiation exposure. The back of the chair above where Coraline's doll sits features a small flower-shaped pattern. And this flower is almost exactly like the one on the back of Jack Torrance's chair in The Shining. The Welcome Home cake features a double loop on the O. And according to graphology, a double loop on the lowercase o means that the person who wrote it is not telling the truth. But on the cake, there is actually only one double loop, meaning that Coraline is welcome, but she is not home.
Why would you abuse an 18-month-old child?
Well, for a start, I didn't. And
Well, that's not true, is it?
it is true. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. How old was she?
Huh?
How old was she, Peter?
You are confusing different things. I don't want to get into that.
How old was she?
Huh?
How old was she?
I don't want to get into any of that yet.
Right, okay. Whether that child was 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, or perhaps we're mixing it up with a 9-year-old child, or an 11-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl. You've done it to all of them, haven't you?
All right, I will go back to this now. No comment.
No remorse, bro. See how she was like just trying to pull, just trying to get some answers out of him, and he just wouldn't accept it, like his actions, like he didn't do anything completely wrong, bro. Just be heard say no comment, man. People like that, bro, they belong where they belong at, man. No remorse in his eyes, bro. You could just freaking see it.
This is the moment this man, Dioba Ridden, attacked this judge when he was denied bail.
I just can't look at history. The courts with the laws of stated out of this court.
In the aftermath of the attack, panic ensues as it's clear more help is needed in the courtroom.
What's weird is that right before he was denied bail, he told the judge that if she decided to sentence him, he was okay with it. Thankfully, Judge Mary was okay and only suffered a few minor injuries.
The body of a 12.
That's freaking crazy, bro. That case, man. Does he not realize he just made it like 10 times worse for himself? Like, he ran and freaking attacked the judge. He's gonna get a way harsher sentence than before. I'm an ass freaking traitor, bro. I'm like, what the hell, man? And I think, wasn't he just in court yesterday, bro? And he had like a full freaking mask or something on him or something like that, man. We're gonna have to do a follow-up to the case, man, to see what his new sentences is now, because like I said, he made it 10 times worse. He freaking legit like leaped over just to grab the freaking judge, bro. You can't do that, man. Dire consequences. Down below.
12-year-old girl was found tied up in a suitcase in Paris on Friday. A 24-year-old woman has been charged with the torture, rape, and murder of the girl after boasting about selling human body parts. A homeless woman has been charged after slitting the throat of 12-year-old Lola Devey for tying her up and shoving her body into a suitcase in Paris. Darbia B, who has extreme psychological problems, was indicted today over the gruesome killing of Lola on Friday. Tragically, the young girl was found with tape over her face, her throat slit, her hands and her feet bound, as well as the numbers 1 and 0 imprinted onto her chest. They think from some kind of device, as it wasn't etched into her skin. The suspect had actually boasted about selling human body parts, an investigating source said. They also said they had evidence to believe she was led down to a basement before she was tortured, raped, strangled, and ultimately had her throat slit. She was reported missing by her parents when she failed to return home from school, which was only a few yards from her home. Residents claim they even saw her dragging around the suitcase 2 hours prior to Lola's disappearance, with witnesses claiming it was stained with blood and smelt strongly of bleach.
It's freaking crazy, bro. She's actually boasting about trying to freaking sell human body parts, man. What type of monster does that, bro? His parents can never freaking see their daughter again, man. Her school, like they said, was freaking a few yards, bro, so they think it should be safe, man. It just goes to show you, bro, danger lurks around every freaking corner, man. You never know. It's just something you can never freaking predict, bro. Insane, man.
Police have confirmed that both Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra passed away from a GSW. It's It's also been confirmed that Savannah was sitting in the passenger side of the front seat and Matthew was in the back. Now, this hasn't been released by police, but people are stating that Savannah had the baby's car seat tossed in her lap and that Matthew's pants were pulled down. Now, I'm thinking that Matthew was probably in the driver's seat originally and maybe got dragged to the back. Police also confirmed that an unborn child is also deceased, so there was a lot of talk about whether the baby could have been possibly taken. That did not happen. Now, there's been a lot of talk that the incident at the trial of Ethan's murder may have had something to do with this, but a lot of people are thinking that Matthew's job may have had something to do with this as well. So here's just a little timeline. He got arrested on Christmas Day of 2022 because he assaulted Savannah, and then he violated the terms of his bail by contacting her, so he was arrested again on the 29th. He was put on probation, but then he got some unrelated charges such as unlawful carrying of a weapon, evading arrest, and reckless driving. Now, his probation was originally supposed to end in June of 2024, but because of those extra charges, a judge extended it until February of 2025. I also want to add that people are stating that Matthew's dad apparently went over to the apartment and took weapons and drugs and money, which I personally find is kind of odd, but I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated as details come out. What do you guys think?
Mandela effects that will alter your perception of reality. Many iPhone users recall there being a robber emoji with a beanie, a black and white striped shirt, and a money bag thrown over his shoulder. However, this emoji never existed. In Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader does not say the words, "Luke, I am your father." He actually says this.
No, I am your father.
There was never a Disney intro where Tinkerbell dotted the I in Disney with her wand. Curious George does not have a tail. He never did. And Pikachu never had a black tip at the end of his. Rich Uncle Pennybags, better known as the Monopoly guy, never actually had a monocle. In fact, he didn't even have glasses. Contrary to popular belief, Mona Lisa always had a slight smile. I don't know about you guys, but I always remember jokes in kid shows about the fact that Mona Lisa wouldn't smile. The Berenstein Bears never existed. The cartoon Bear family actually spelled their names the Berenstain Bears. The Flintstones has two T's. Flintstones.
Those Mandela effects, bro, freaking mind-boggling my freaking mind, man. Look at this. There's no freaking robbery emoji, bro. And I'm pretty sure Luke just says, "No, Luke, I am your father," right? That's like an iconic line. We got a Mandela effect on that one as well, bro. What the hell, man? It's really causing me to think, man. I'm gonna have to check these out, bro. Gotta confirm if those Mandela effects, if they affected me too, man. It's crazy, bro. Tell me, guys, if you guys seen the Mandela effect recently, man. If you guys believe what he's saying, bro.
A rape suspect who faked his own death has been extradited from Scotland to the U.S. after a long-running legal battle. Scottish ministers signed an order in September last year giving permission for 36-year-old Nicholas Rossi to be extradited. Last month, appeal judges had quashed Rossi's bid to avoid extradition, paving the way for him to be removed from Scotland to face serious sex charges in the U.S. The order followed a battle in Scotland's courts in which Rossi was ruled to be wanted by authorities in Utah for the alleged rape of a woman in 2008. Officials in the U.S. believe he is a fugitive who faked his death and fled to the U.K. to evade justice. But Rossi has repeatedly claimed he is the victim of mistaken identity and says he is an Irish orphan called Arthur Knight. The suspect, who was born Nicholas Aliverdian before changing his surname to that of his adoptive stepfather, David Rossi, claimed he had been diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in late 2019 and told friends he was dying. An obituary appeared online for Rossi in early 2020, saying he had died and that his ashes had been scattered at sea.
This 13-year-old boy.
He really faked his own death, man, so he can escape the freaking consequences, bro. It's freaking crazy, man, how people set with just elaborate plans, bro, to not face what they did, bro. They say he was an orphan named Arthur or something. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? But it looks like justice got him at the end, bro. Just to show you, man, you can only evade for so long. It will catch up with you, bro. Let's just call him, man.
Boy was lured by another 13-year-old girl, then killed. These are the voice notes from Snapchat before when they were arranging it.
You got poison in your heart, fam. Ollie, you're gonna die tomorrow.
The two boys who had fallen out with Ollie then tried to recruit a girl to help with their plan. One posted this message on Snapchat. Hated DZ refers to Ollie's username on social media.
Fam, this is the hated DZ1. Mr. Hated DZ1. Mr. Hated DZ1. I'm gonna kill him.
So young, too.
Oh, and by the way, I'm setting up Ollie today.
The 13-year-old girl who sent that message lured Ollie to the field where he was stabbed. She knew Ollie in real life, but hadn't met the two boys who killed him in person until the day of the murder.
Just wants me to set him up, so then he's gonna go and bang him and pattern him and shit. I'm so excited, you don't understand.
We got chased by armed feds around the whole of Reading, so now we're kind of wanted. There was armed police that jumped out and tried chasing me with guns and all that. So yeah, I'll FaceTime you as soon as I get through the front door.
This is Joey.
It's freaking crazy, bro. She knew Ollie, the boy who freaking passed away, and she didn't even know the two guys, so she set him up for nothing. Why the hell did she set him up there, man, for some two randos, bro? You would think since she was his friend, she would never do that, would never dream about doing that. But she just turned on him like that, bro. And for what? Kids nowadays, man, freaking crazy, bro. Everybody's crazy, bro. Kids, adults, man, doesn't matter what age you got. People gonna be freaking people, man. Definitely gonna have to find part 2 to that story, bro.
Fish arm is one of the worst prison videos ever explained. Before I begin, I just want to say this video is an extremely hard watch and I don't recommend looking for it. The video that I'm about to explain is under 1.5 minutes long, and as you play the video, you see a steel barred jail cell which looks like it's holding several men. It's hard to see what's going on, but it appears multiple men are straining and holding down one man. On the outside of the cell are 3 inmates. 2 are holding what appears to be 2 thick wooden sticks or metal pipes. It's hard to tell because of the quality, but I think it's 2 metal pipes. It's hard to explain, but the man who is being held down has his arms extended through the prison bars. To visualize it, picture yourself in a jail cell and sticking your arms through the bars and extending your arms out. One of the men outside of the cell is holding a rope that is tied to the victim's arm, and he is pulling it tightly so that the arm is completely outstretched and straight. The 2 men with the metal pipes then start hitting the victim's outstretched arm. After every hit, you see lumps appear on the arm almost instantly. They are hitting him so hard and often that lacerations appear. The screaming from the victim gets more and more intense, and after several strikes, the man holding the rope reduces the tension and shakes the victim's arm. You can see that he has several bones broken in his forearm, and his arm is partially floppy at this point. It's worth noting that a bed sheet has been placed and pulled over the victim's head in order to reduce the screaming. Once again, they strike the same arm several more times. The man holding the rope then unties the arm as the prisoner pulls it back into the cell. His forearm is completely floppy, and he struggles to even pull it through the cell bars. And as you guessed, it doesn't get any better from here. They then take the other arm, tie it up, and pull it through the cell bars once again so the arm is outstretched. They then strike the arm multiple times, and despite the loud nature of the inmates and their attempt to muffle the victim's screams, you can still hear them, and that mixed with the sound the metal bar makes when it hits the victim's arm is just sickening. At 1 minute and 26 seconds into the video, it finally concludes. This is a terrible watch, and there's little to no backstory behind it, but many speculate it was just a normal gang attack, but others say it was a punishment for stealing in prison, which makes sense as they were incapacitating his arms. Regardless, it's a very sickening video, and I don't recommend watching it.
Curtain number 1 is correct.
A woman named Colleen Stan was locked in a box, kept under a bed for 23 hours a day, only to be let out to be tortured for years. In May of 1977, Colleen was hitchhiking along the I-5 to a friend's birthday party. A man named Cameron Hooker and his wife Janice picked her up, and I'm sure they seemed trustworthy. Just a couple who even had their child in the backseat. That is until Hooker turned into a remote area, pulled out a knife, and held it to Colleen's throat. He then forced her into this kind of homemade sensory deprivation box that blocked out all the light and sound and weighed 20 pounds. He dragged her into the basement, and that is where Colleen's 7 years of torture really began. She was tied naked to the ceiling by her wrists and beaten, electrocuted, whipped, even burned. Colleen was regularly abused by the couple and even forced to watch them have sex, but at least at the beginning, Hooker promised not to sexually assault her, but that quickly changed. Now this is where the story gets even worse. The couple moved to a mobile home, and there, Colleen was forced to live her days inside of a coffin-sized box shoved under the couple's bed, only to be let out to be raped, tortured, or babysit their kids. Colleen was brainwashed. Hooker made her believe that he was in a satanic cult who would hurt her family if she ever tried to leave, and he used that manipulation to get her to sign a contract agreeing to be their sex slave for 4 years. The agreement gave her a little more freedom. She was allowed to go outside and even visit her family, but Hooker went with her for both of those times. And remember, she thought he was in a satanic cult, so she never told her family the truth. Colleen was kept from 1977 to 1984 until Hooker decided he wanted her to be his second wife, and that is when Janice snapped. She told Colleen the truth, there's no cult, she helped her escape, and then she went to police and turned on her husband in exchange for immunity. In 1985, Cameron Hooker went to prison for 104 years for kidnapping, torture, and rape.
Camera caught her fiancé.
Damn, man. Speaking of disgusting story, bro. Freaking like had her so brainwashed to the point that she believed that he was in a freaking cult. And he wasn't, bro. It was all freaking a whole big lie, man. But the wife is in on it too, but she got immunity because she turned on the man. Do you think, man, that she kind of deserves some consequences too? Because it said that they were both in on it, bro. And she got immunity because she turned on him, man. That still kind of doesn't seem right, bro. At least in my eyes. Tell me what you guys think down below.
Doing disgusting things to the dog. She immediately canceled the wedding. You wouldn't believe what disgusting things the cameras recorded. Amanda is a resident of Washington, D.C. She has lived with her fiancé, Patrick, and her dog, Rocky, for over 8 years. One day, Amanda came home from work and noticed that her dog was covered in milky mucus and showing signs of fear and distress. She was shocked. She couldn't believe what she was seeing and asked Patrick what had happened, as he usually takes care of Rocky during her absence. Surprisingly, Patrick claimed not to know about it and implied that it could have been accidentally gotten on the dog while he was playing outside. However, as much as she trusted Patrick, Amanda was trying to figure out what the hell that milky white stuff was. Patrick was the only one who had access to Loki during these events. As the days passed, however, Loki continued to look at Amanda with fear in his eyes. Although it couldn't speak, it had definitely suffered something terrible. This made Amanda wonder. Amanda decided to install hidden security cameras in her home to see what was really going on. The next day, she viewed the footage from the security cameras, which showed Patrick's shocking behavior towards Loki. This shocking incident will no doubt shock you. Stay tuned for part 2 by commenting on dogs. One day, the mother left her daughter and the dog at home, but when she came back, she witnessed a terrible scene. 4-year-old Nina is usually cared for by her loving grandmother, and now it's in danger. With my grandmother sick, Nina's mom took time off work to take care of her daughter. Unfortunately, while Nina was asleep, her mother decided to go shopping at a nearby store, trusting their daughter's safety to their adorable dog. On the way to the store, Eugene unexpectedly ran into an old friend and struck up a conversation. Little did she know that the encounter would have serious consequences for Nina and their home. 2 criminals posing as construction workers targeted the apartment building, intended to enter through the corridor. By knocking on the door, they can determine which ones are easy to break into. Sadly, when they knocked on Nina's apartment door and got no answer, they started picking the lock. To their surprise, they heard a little girl's voice. That's 4-year-old Nina. However, these ruthless thieves thought there was only one child in the family and believed that nothing can stop them
because only one child was home. They didn't hesitate to break down the door. Young Nina looked at them in horror. To see what happens next in the second part of this story, come with me, please.
I gotta get part 2 to these stories, man. I need to figure out what happened to the dog and Nina, bro. That dog freaking case, man, doesn't sound like it's gonna have a freaking, like, a tragic ending, bro. With both of these cases, man. And the freaking same, bro. These videos, man, always give me freaking chills, man. It's freaking guaranteed, bro. YouTube, that's it, man, for this video for you guys today, man. Like I said, once again, tell me, guys, if I got the audios level right, man. Like I said, I've really been freaking playing around with it, man. I'm trying to fix it, get it right for you guys. But like I said, I do plan on getting a mic, man, to try to eliminate all those problems once and for all. Thank you guys for the support you guys been showing me on these past few videos. We're aiming for 1,000. I know we can hit that, man. So hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man, so we can take off in the algorithm. That's the only way we can grow. We can grow our community together. Out. Peace, YouTube.